Have you ever thought about developing a healthy relationship with your partner and wondered if there are any unhealthy habits you should avoid? To understand how to build a strong and healthy relationship, we've grabbed insights from relationship experts and even analyzed popular couples on social media. We discovered that some seemingly harmless habits can actually create a big disconnect between partners. So, if you're feeling a little lost in your relationship, or maybe you just want to make sure you're on the right track, then stick around. We are going to explore 7 unhealthy habits that couples fall into and show you exactly how to avoid them. Plus, we'll uncover an overlooked habit at the end that will definitely help you rethink your routine and revive that spark in your relationship. So, let's get started. Habit number 1. Keeping score in the relationship. Many couples fall into the trap of keeping score in their relationship. This means dwelling on past mistakes, holding grudges, and constantly reminding your partner of their shortcomings. It's like keeping a mental record of every offense, creating an atmosphere of resentment and negativity. Research shows this score-keeping mentality can significantly damage a relationship. Studies have found that couples who frequently bring up past hurts experience lower levels of intimacy and satisfaction. Imagine you're having a conversation about a current issue, but your partner keeps bringing up something unrelated that happened months ago that you thought was resolved. This not only distracts from the present discussion, but also reopens old wounds. Let's say your partner forgot your anniversary last year. While it's important to communicate your feelings about that situation, constantly bringing it up in future arguments is unproductive. It makes your partner feel defensive and shuts down healthy communication. Constantly keeping score creates a toxic environment where partners feel judged and criticized. This mentality prevents true forgiveness and growth within the relationship. If you find yourself dwelling on past hurts, take a step back and focus on the present. Try to communicate your feelings in a calm and constructive way, focusing on solutions for the future, not punishments for the past. Remember, a healthy relationship is built on mutual respect, forgiveness, and understanding, not a tally of past offenses. Habit number 2. Ignoring communication issues. Effective communication is the lifeblood of any healthy relationship, yet many couples fall into the trap of ignoring communication problems. This can involve avoiding difficult conversations, bottling up emotions, or resorting to unhealthy communication styles like sarcasm or criticism. Think of communication as a bridge between you and your partner. Ignoring issues weakens that bridge, making it harder to connect and build trust. Studies show that couples who struggle to communicate effectively are more likely to experience conflict, dissatisfaction, and even separation. Imagine you're feeling insecure about your partner spending a lot of time with coworkers. Instead of expressing your concerns openly and honestly, you withdraw emotionally or become passive-aggressive. This leaves your partner confused and frustrated, and the underlying issue remains unaddressed. Ignoring communication problems creates a breeding ground for resentment and misunderstandings. If you find yourself avoiding difficult conversations, take a deep breath and initiate a calm discussion. Practice active listening skills. Validate your partner's feelings and focus on finding solutions together. Remember, healthy communication is a two-way street, and it takes effort from both partners. Habit number 3. Taking your partner for granted. Strong relationships thrive on appreciation and effort. However, a common pitfall couples face is taking their partner for granted. This involves assuming your partner's love and commitment without expressing gratitude or putting in consistent effort. Over time, this can lead to feelings of neglect and disconnection. Think of appreciation as fertilizer for your relationship's garden. Without it, the love and connection you share can wither and fade. Studies show that feeling appreciated is a crucial factor in relationship satisfaction. Partners who feel valued and acknowledged are more likely to be happy and fulfilled. Perhaps your partner always makes your morning coffee or does the dishes without being asked. Over time, you may stop acknowledging these efforts, assuming they're simply expected. This can make your partner feel unappreciated and resentful. Taking your partner for granted creates a one-sided dynamic where one person feels like they're constantly giving without receiving. If you recognize this pattern in your relationship, make a conscious effort to show appreciation. Express gratitude for the things your partner does, big or small. Make time for quality activities together, and don't be afraid to show affection. Remember, a healthy relationship requires ongoing effort, caring, and appreciation from both partners. Alright, that's 3 down, 3 more to go before we reveal one of the most overlooked behavior you need to avoid. Now, if you're finding this information exciting and valuable, make sure to hit that like button to support this video. Moving on to Habit number 4. Stonewalling during conflict. Conflict is inevitable in any relationship. However, some couples resort to a destructive tactic called stonewalling when faced with disagreements. This involves shutting down emotionally, withdrawing from conversation, or refusing to communicate altogether. Think of communication as a dance. Stonewalling disrupts the rhythm, leaving your partner feeling confused, frustrated, and alone. Studies show that stonewalling is a strong predictor of relationship dissatisfaction and even breakups. It prevents healthy resolution of conflict and creates a power imbalance within the relationship. Imagine you and your partner are having a disagreement. Instead of actively listening to their concerns, you shut down, refuse to make eye contact, and retreat into silence. This leaves your partner feeling unheard and annoyed. Stonewalling creates a toxic environment where conflict cannot be addressed constructively. If you find yourself resorting to stonewalling, take a break from the conversation if needed, but come back to it later when you've both calmed down. Practice active listening skills, acknowledge your partner's feelings, summarize what you've heard, and focus on finding a solution together. Remember, healthy conflict resolution involves open communication, empathy, and a willingness to compromise. Habit number 5. Jealousy and possessiveness. A healthy relationship thrives on trust and respect. However, some couples struggle with jealousy and possessiveness, which can create a suffocating and controlling environment. This involves constantly questioning your partner's whereabouts, monitoring their social media activity, or getting unreasonably jealous of their interactions with friends and others. Imagine trust as the foundation of your relationship. Jealousy and possessiveness are like cracks in that foundation, weakening the overall structure and creating a sense of insecurity. Studies show that excessive jealousy can lead to anxiety, depression, and even controlling behavior within the relationship. Let's say your partner enjoys spending time with their colleagues after work. You constantly question who they're talking to, check their phone for suspicious messages, or become upset if they stay out later than usual. This behavior can make your partner feel suffocated and ultimately damage the trust in your relationship. Jealousy and possessiveness are signs of deeper insecurities within the relationship. If you find yourself struggling with these emotions, address the root cause. Communicate your anxieties openly and honestly with your partner. Work on building trust through open communication and respecting each other's boundaries. Remember, a healthy relationship allows for individual growth and fosters a sense of security, not confinement. Habit number 6. Failing to make time for each other. Life can get busy, and sometimes quality time with your partner falls by the wayside. However, neglecting to nurture your connection can be detrimental to a relationship's health. This can involve letting daily routines take priority, neglecting date nights, or simply becoming emotionally distant. Imagine your relationship as a fire. Quality time together is like adding logs to the fire, keeping it burning brightly. Neglecting that time allows the fire to dwindle, leaving the relationship feeling cold and disconnected. Research by Gottman and others shows that couples who prioritize spending quality time together report higher levels of intimacy, satisfaction, and overall well-being. Perhaps you and your partner both work demanding jobs and rarely have time for meaningful conversations. Dinners become rush affairs, and evenings are spent glued to screens. This lack of quality time can lead to feelings of loneliness and disconnect, even if you're physically living together. Failing to make time for each other weakens the bond and intimacy within the relationship. If you find yourself falling into this trap, schedule regular date nights, even if they're simple activities at home. Put away distractions, engage in meaningful conversations, and prioritize reconnecting with your partner on a deeper level. Remember, a healthy relationship requires consistent effort and investment from both partners. Now, what if I told you there's a secret weapon couples often underestimate? As promised, here's a helpful tip from a habit that's often overlooked. Underestimating the power of shared rituals. We often think of big gestures like vacations or fancy dinners as keeping the spark alive in a relationship, but sometimes it's the little things we do together that matter most. Shared rituals are those everyday routines or activities you do together, no matter how small. These little traditions create a sense of connection and comfort in your relationship. Imagine your relationship as a building. Shared rituals are like the bricks you lay together, one by one. Each little routine adds up to a strong foundation that holds your connection steady. Studies show that couples who share small, everyday rituals report feeling more connected, supported, and in sync with each other. Maybe you have a morning ritual where you chat about your dreams while sipping coffee, or perhaps it's a quick evening walk where you hold hands and unwind after work. These simple traditions, repeated daily, create a sense of comfort, familiarity, and shared experience. Skipping these small rituals can weaken the feeling of connection in your relationship. If you find yourself neglecting these routines, revive them. Look for ways to create new shared moments, no matter how small. It could be a nightly goodnight kiss, a silly dance in the kitchen, or simply reading together before bed. Remember, healthy relationships are built on the everyday moments you share together, not just the special occasions. Actually, building a strong relationship is a journey and there's always more to learn. So if this video piqued your interest, make sure to check out our video about keys to long-term healthy relationship success to keep you on the right track. Well then, see you in the next one.